Where exactly is MJ?
I'm Sean Springs of the Washington Redskins, and I'm looking for MJ. Where's MJ?
Hi, I'm Cynthia DeLorenzi here with another episode of Where's MJ? The question we all seem to always be asking, where's MJ, our producer and director of the show? Actually, the secret is she's here in the audience with us today. However, we've got some great things to talk to you about. We've got an incredible guest who's come from New York to visit with us today. Her name is Hazella Rollins-LeVar, and she has an incredible story that you're going to need to hear about. But first, I wanted to share with you, answer your questions of what you're asking, what in the world is sitting here on our beautiful table.
What is that, Cynthia?
Well, this is actually for a benefit we're doing in Success in the City, the organization that I run. And we're going to be talking about your organization shortly, but we're putting on an event called Cups Full of Hope. And is to benefit the Tiger Lily Foundation, which is a local foundation which benefits young women stricken with breast cancer. And we're helping those women who are survivors. And we're having a benefit on September 15th, and we're inviting women to participate by creating works of arts out of bras.
Now, do you actually wear these, or?
Well, I think some of them you definitely could not, would not, and I don't even know how where you'd wear them, but they're actually works of art, so that's what they're supposed to be. They're all 36C, and they're supposed to be decorated inside and out, but I just wanted to share with you some of the incredible talent we've seen. The first one over here with red was done by our PR director, Marissa Potts. So I think she's really got the red carpet treatment down here.
Yes.
The one we have here is by a member of ours, Donna Way Roberts, and I think it's just exquisitely beautiful.
Has pearls and
pearls
flowers.
and little sticker they have for breast cancer awareness. And the other one over here I did, only because when I saw the bras coming in, I said, I really got to step it up, girls. So,
that's my favorite.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Well, I call it Copper Mountains, and it really has to do a penny for your thoughts, just wanting women to express. So I wanted to share this with everybody. It's going to be on September 15th at the CIT building, which is that upside-down building that you see looks like an upside-down pyramid. And I think you saw it when you flew in
Yes,
out
I did.
in Herndon. So come look on our site, successinthecity.org.
And we can all go do Mardi Gras.
Exactly, or Mardi Gras.
Mardi Gras.
So
There
I
you
want to
go.
move these off because I want to focus on what we're talking about here, and I don't see anybody can pay attention if you've got a bunch of feathery bras hanging out
I'll be distracted.
in front of you. Well, let's talk a little bit about you, Hazella, and your journey. I understand that your journey is amazing. You're an opera singer. You're from Houston, Texas.
Originally.
I'm from Dallas, Texas. So we may get our twang going a
You're
little bit.
my home girl.
I'm a home girl. That's right. I'm a home girl. I like that, being a home girl. But we don't have our big hair anymore.
No.
But we got our makeup on.
Yes,
So, and we're
always.
dressed, got the glitz and stuff on. Or as my husband said, if it ain't gaudy, it ain't enough. So, but what I wanted to talk to you about was your journey, which was amazing. I understand that you moved to New York City. You had a child. 14 days later?
12
days later, you had a stroke.
Massive stroke.
That is incredible. And I know stroke, I was looking at your website, and the statistics about stroke are phenomenal. I think everybody knows about breast cancer.
Yes, they do.
They're knowing about heart disease. But stroke is the number 3 killer.
It's the number 3 cause of death and the number 1 cause of disability. That's what a lot of people don't know.
That's incredible.
And there are more women each year that die from stroke than from breast cancer.
I know heart disease is taking a predominant role, and
Yes.
I think it's really amazing, but you look great. I mean, you
Thank
think
you.
of stroke and you think that's pretty much the end of life. So apparently there are different stages in how you come back. So you have a new baby, you've got a husband, you've got a family. What did you do?
I have a young son. Suddenly, our lives were just changed in an instant, and this happens with everyone I know. I was feeling that I was dying, and I was at home alone with the baby. So I managed to get help, and when I did, they took me to a hospital where I was misdiagnosed. This happens very frequently. Everything that I'm telling you, I'm not the only person.
Well, you're a young woman. I mean, who would think stroke? You're a very young woman.
I thought I was having a heart attack. I didn't really know what stroke was, nor did my husband. But we found out what it was, that it's a very lengthy recovery process. I'm still recovering 10 years later. I have hidden disabilities that people say they can't see, but in fact, they are disabilities that affect me, and I've basically learned how to live with it. I went through a lot of intensive therapies, but the insurance companies will only allow so much therapy. And then they told me they'd give me a wheelchair, a walker, and I had a feeding tube because I couldn't swallow for over a year.
Oh my
That was an
gosh.
effect of it. People don't recognize what the brain does. The brain has all these different functions, and all of a sudden you can't do what you always did. So as I got better, I went to the gym when I got the feeding tube out. And I told them what had happened there. And the manager of the gym said, well, you know, listen, we get calls all the time from people who have been incapacitated, they're homebound, like you were, and they want ongoing therapy. Maybe you should get certified and you could do that. So in time I did get my certification, became a personal trainer for people that had had stroke. And then things started just blowing up. Essence did an article on me, real simple. There were a lot of media coverages, and when that happened and the nation became aware that there was something you could do post-stroke to keep getting better, then they started flooding with letters. There was no contact information, so they started flooding the magazines with letters, and it actually just started from that.
So, you know, sometimes out of tragedy, great things happen. You have this amazing career, you have a new infant, you know, living your life's dream. But you were ingenious. You did something about it, and you started a foundation.
I did.
A Stroke of Genius, which is called Stroke of Hope.
That's correct.
Yes.
At the beginning of our website, actually, it says Stroke of Genius, Stroke of Luck, Stroke of Hope. Yes.
And I think that that's awesome because I encourage everybody watching this. You've got to go to strokeofhope.org.
.net.
Strokeofhope.net, and you will find statistics, data, resources, life stories, medical professionals who specialize in this area. It's a really great site and a great resource because I think when we have things happen to life, that's where we go now. We go right to the internet.
That's right.
Because I think information is power.
And the really beautiful thing about our site is that our doctors are willing to field questions of a general nature. Whoever the specialist is, when the questions come in, whoever the specialist is able to turn that around with some kind of an answer within 24 hours. And it's amazing how with the internet we can reach out and help people. It's like reaching out and holding their hand.
You know, we talked about this before we came on air before, and you never know when one act, one deed, one word will change a life, and you never know who might be watching this today. And just our conversation will change a life, will help a family, will help somebody who's confronted with this. When you think stroke, it's really, my grandmother died of a stroke, and I was 12 years old, so I think it affects all of us. I think there's certain diseases that everybody knows somebody. Breast cancer,
yes,
heart disease,
yes,
and stroke.
Right.
And it seems to be a prevalent issue.
And as you said, it affects the entire family. For example, with your grandmother, I know you saw that it was a ripple effect. The stroke doesn't just happen to the person that sustained it, but also to all those around.
It's devastating. I'm so grateful that you're here. I'm so grateful that you've started Stroke of Hope because I know you're going to change lives, and we really appreciate that.